Hi everyone, this is Mary, you're in Mary Reads, and in this video I'm going to show you the books that I'm planning on reading in December. It's the end of November, so I'm kind of starting to plan my next month, and I'm a pretty slow reader, so I'm sure that I'm not going to be able to read all of the books on my list, but I'm going to try to do as much as I possibly can and read as many books as I can. The first book is Harry Potter. Not necessarily this one, not just this one, not just the seventh book. I want to read all 7 of them. I just took one because I'm not going to be able to hold all 7. That's a little too much. And just reading 7 books of Harry Potter in 1 month is a little ambitious for me because, well, the first 3 books are fine, then they become thicker like this. But I'm hoping that I already know the plot. It's going to go pretty easy. It's still more or less a children's book, so it's written in an easier language, so I'm hoping that I will be able to read it fast, especially because, well, Christmas holidays are coming and I will have a little bit more free time. So yeah, I'm planning on reading all 7, and that's probably something I'm going to be reading closer to Christmas. The second book on my list is called Flight. I don't know anything about this book. I found it on the first floor of our building and somebody just left it there. We have like a small book crossing thing going on, so I randomly saw the book and decided to take it, and it turned out to be great for December and for Christmas time, because in this book 3 siblings get together on December 22nd to celebrate their first Christmas without their mother, who passed away. And they are trying to recreate the traditions they had with her, at the same time trying to figure out what to do with her house, because that's the only inheritance they have left. And they are getting into fights, they're getting into misunderstandings. At the same time, they're trying to keep that family spirit, Christmas spirit with them. And this novel should be about love, about disagreements, about misunderstandings, and about family, of course, because that's everything that happens in one family. The next book I wasn't sure about, and that's why I didn't buy the copy. I found it in the library and was very happy because I wanted to see if I like this book. If I do, I will buy my own copy. If not, I'll just give it back to the library. So this book is The Dictionary of the Lost Words by Pip Williams, and the book tells us about a girl who is a daughter of a lexicographer who is trying to find words for the Oxford Dictionary. He takes some of the words out and he doesn't put them into the dictionary. The girl doesn't really understand why, but she's just collecting them. So later she realizes that all these words are connected to women in some kind or the other. Some of the words are connected to women experiences, some of them I would assume would be feminitives. And so the girl is starting her own dictionary. She's collecting words for her own dictionary, the Dictionary of the Lost Words. Why I was so unsure about this book, I don't want the book to tell me that I need to use feminitives more often. I don't want the book to tell me how to see men and women. I want to find more historical context about the suffrage movement of women in the 20th century, and that is something that interests me. So I want to see this whole conflict between men and women and how we should perceive both of them through the historical lens. If the book does that well, that's going to be great, and that's what I'm very interested in. But I don't want the book to be accusatory, and I don't want it to teach me. I don't want it to give me advice on which words to use and which not to use, just because I already know that that's a widely discussed issue, and I'm just looking into a more historical context. The next book is huge. It's about 1,000 pages, and I'm thinking that it's either all the other books or this book. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read it, but this book is very intriguing, and it's Rusa by Edward Rutherford. So this book tells us about the history of Russia through hundreds of years. I've read Rutherford's New York, and I also have Paris. I've had this book for, I don't know, like 5 years, and I haven't started it yet. And I'm very interested in how the author is going to show Russia, how he's going to show the people of Russia. And one more thing is that Russian history is so long, so broad, so it's hard even to think about how to put the 1,000 years of history into a 1,000-page book. So I'm very interested in how the author is going to do that, and if he's going to do it well, how well he's going to describe the characters and the settings and the historical events and what these historical events did to people. And I'm very interested in where the book is going to lead. New York was very interesting, but again, the history of New York is shorter than the history of Russia, and I just don't know where it's going to go. And it looks like he's talking about the whole Russia, not just one city in there, not just like Moscow or St. Petersburg. It looks like he's gonna talk about the whole country, and that's what makes it more interesting and intriguing. I just don't know if the author is gonna be able to do it well. So I'm very excited about the book, very intrigued, and I'm hoping I will be able to at least start it this December. The next book is also a mystery to me. It's called Mrs. Fletcher, and it tells a story of a 46-year-old mom who sends her kid to college and is trying to get used to her new lifestyle of living alone in the house, of not having that much responsibility for her kid. But one night she gets this mysterious text message that turns her life upside down, and at the same time her kid is becoming very isolated in this new environment in college, and they're both trying to figure out what to do. They're trying to establish a new relationship between themselves. They're trying to find themselves. And this sounds like a very interesting book. It says that the author of this book is Jane Austen of 21st century, and as a huge Jane Austen lover, I decided to try it. It should be about sexuality, about finding and identifying who you are, and I'm very interested if that will be at least a little bit like Jane Austen. And the last book is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I loved the movie. I was mesmerized. I was so excited about it. I watched it multiple times. I showed it to my husband. He loved it too. We are rewatching the movie, so we just love the movie. But I've heard that the author, since he's a journalist, he wasn't writing in a very fiction writer way. He was writing more as a journalist, giving facts, not too many descriptions or this beautiful language. And I want to test it myself and see if I'm gonna like the book as much as I like the movie. I'm not sure I'm gonna read the second and the third book. I think there are 3 of them, but this one I definitely want to read. So the book tells us about a girl, Harriet, who disappeared about 40 years ago, and her family doesn't know what happened to her. So her uncle is still trying to find her and figure out what happened, and that's why he hires a journalist, Michael Blomkvist, who is going to try and uncover this mystery. And Michael Blomkvist hires an assistant, Lisbeth Salamander, who is this pierced, tattooed punk who doesn't have many friends and doesn't talk a lot. And we're gonna find out how this is gonna work, how they are gonna uncover the mystery, and what is gonna happen. And these are all books that I'm planning on reading in December. I really hope I can do at least a third of them, because this is a lot of books, but I'm very excited about each of them, and I will absolutely tell you about all of those in my Read in December video. Thank you for watching this video with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.